What's going on, everybody? Broncos. Happy New Year. We're almost there. Only about 15 minutes till the East Coast rings it in. So I thought that I would get up on here and get things going. I don't think anybody's watching yet. But if they are, bear with me 1 second. Getting everything open. That's why I came on early. Make sure everything was running correctly. Boy, I hope I make it through this whole thing. I got a few hours to go here. That's okay, I got drinks too, so we should be alright. Protein, keep my energy up. Almost forgot. There, that should be better. What's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome everybody to the New Year's live stream. I'm going to be going and staying live for all time zones to make sure we ring in the New Year's with everybody. What's going on, Jason? Only got a couple of people watching so far, and I figured that. I actually went on about 5 or 6 minutes early just so I can get things ready. What's going on, Purple Gang? What you up to, bro? Horror DVD Devil, what's up, brother?
On, Purple Gang, what you up to, bro?
Okay, sorry for that quick feedback. I'm going to just make sure that I was coming through loud and clear, so to speak. What's going on, James? Welcome, everybody, to the chat. So, Jason, I know you're somewhere over on the East Coast. Anybody else? I got the drink ready. I'm ready to ring in the new year. We got the East Coast coming up first. Hey, Joe, what's going on, man? You guys will be the first to bring in the year with here in about 10 minutes. The rest of us have to wait a while. Adam, how's it going, brother? Yep, 10 minutes. Can I get a fuck Ryan Seacrest? Later on in the show, we will be having Beyonce. We're really not having Beyonce. My arm is still wet. For those of you that know, because I was talking to a couple of you on the thing just a little while ago, I spilled freaking Powerade on my laptop. And I tried to hurry and use my sleeve to clean it off before it really soaked in. So, guys, I thought some interesting topics for this live stream would be talking about some of our favorite and worst things of 2019. Or, I'm sorry, of 2018. And we could, it doesn't have to be movies, but whatever. Just anything that you liked or didn't like. And then also what we're looking forward to in 2019. And that could be any topic as well. Adam, I knew that it was already New Year's down where you guys were. I was hoping you'd be on because I know it's about, early evening, late afternoon where you guys are at. That's awesome, Joe. I'm glad you did. I'm glad that I was able to find you. That's for sure. James says that the worst would be Avengers Infinity, or the worst would be the real world in general, and the best would be Avengers Infinity Wars. I really liked Avengers Infinity Wars. I had a lot of issues with it, though. It's not my favorite comic book movie of the year, that's for sure. Uh, honestly, and I said this in a couple videos, and in my initial reaction, I think that Aquaman just blew it out of the water. Just my opinion. Yeah, Joe, I'm very glad that you came back because I don't know if we would have met without it. So I, I'm very grateful that you're there. So it's 4 p.m. there, Adam. That's cool. I knew it was somewhere in there. I wasn't sure exactly the time, but I knew it was somewhere in there. But it's already tomorrow for you there, isn't it? It's the first already. Do you guys occupy the same time zone as China? I can't remember because I think China's the first ones to ring it in, right? I think you'll really like it, Jason. It's a lot of fun. Absolutely awesome film. So I'm still trying to figure out some of this live stream stuff, guys. I know that when I live stream, I can I can invite people onto the live stream if I do the live stream from my laptop, but not when I do it from my mobile, which is what I'm doing it on. And the reason I do it from the mobile is because I get a better, feed that way. Tim, I think you're the only one. I'm not trying to be a pain, but I really do. Uh, yes, Aquaman is the sequel to Waterboy. Jason Momoa, he gets onto a baseball team and he teaches them all the value of not underestimating people that are not just like the others. Oh, I knew what you meant, Tim. I knew what you meant. Sorry, it's easier to keep track of the chat down there than it is up here. Yep, 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes to ring it in. And that's for all you people over there on the East Coast. Honestly, Adam, I'm not really looking forward to the Pet Cemetery one either. Uh, the Pet Cemetery one, I don't know. I only really got into Pet Cemetery a while back, like really got into it. And I love that movie now, but I just don't know if I see this remake like being good. And I'm not trying to be mean to him because I like John Lithgow, but especially John Lithgow as John Lithgow, whatever. I just don't see him as being Jed from next door. What up, Death Central? This is the live stream to ring in the new year for all of us people that have nothing else to do tonight because of whatever reason. Like myself, I was actually planning on going to a concert tonight. I'm also really looking forward to Hellfest. I think that'll be awesome. Yeah, I was supposed to be going to the Violent J solo show tonight, and we have what is being called Superstorm coming in, which really hasn't hit too much today. But the roads were already bad from the last storm we got a couple days ago. And I was also supposed to be working later, and then our boss let us off early. So I didn't buy tickets, I didn't do any of that, and I just said fuck it, and I didn't go. So no big party for me right now, if you know what I mean. Because every time we go to a show, it's a party. So I thought I would have my own party. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. Or maybe, yep. Jason, you must have a better clock than I do. There we go. Turn on the clock so I can see the countdown. I guess I could turn on Seacrest over here and watch the ball drop, but nah, it's never really been my thing. I used to like it when what's his name did it. Uh, Not Dick Van Dyke. Wait, was it Dick Van Dyke? No, Dick Clark. I used to like it when he did it. No, actually, according to my clock, we got like 20 freaking seconds. So, Dick Clark, yeah, it was Dick Clark. Happy New Year, brother. Here we go. It's coming. Happy New Year to all you East Coast peoples. Happy New Year. Here's to you. I get my wife in here for some kissing, but she's not feeling good. and I don't want to get sick. Happy New Year, everybody. Here, let's see if this helps the mood a little bit. Let's see, what would I do in the zombie apocalypse? Get all my guns together and go to Walmart. You know, Joe, a lot of people say that, but I don't know if it ever actually happens. We try, but that's why I don't make New Year's resolutions. You know, I never stick to them, so why try, you know? I mean, if I'm going to change something, I'm just not going to make it dependent on the date. Hey, Dave, how's it going, brother? Happy New Year to everybody out there. Okay, we'll put that on pause. Could you guys even hear that? Hey, what's going on, Ben? I'll say this, guys. 2018 was not a terrible year. 2017 was much worse for myself, you know, with all the health and all that kind of stuff. But definitely Walmart, bro. Definitely. Because Walmart has everything that I need. Plus, it has more guns. And as long as we can barricade it all up nice and tight, it should be pretty safe. Sorry, I'm trying to get the chat back here. I turned it off for a minute to get that the old Lang Syne song. Thanks, James. Thanks so much. Really appreciate that vote of confidence, buddy. I am actually going to carry it on, though, all the way through to the West Coast getting their new year. So, mine is still 2 hours away. It's still Monday for me for another couple hours. So I got to make these drinks last. So, you know, if I go too fast, I'll be all like, la 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 la. For anybody just joining, that was not me being real. I haven't really had any fireworks going off around here today, brother. It's a little cold here, and everything's like really frozen and really snowy. So I really haven't heard any fireworks at all. R&D, what's up, brother? When I left work earlier today, it had just gotten dark. It was about 6 o'clock when I left work. And there was some going off in Edgewood when I left. Hey Ron, what does the R&D stand for, by the way? So what else did everybody enjoy in 2018? I'll tell you what, one of the things like Joe was saying that I'm really grateful for and I really have come to love is doing this YouTube thing. It's made me some great friends. Quite a few of you are in the chat now. People that I've become really close with, and it's just been absolutely awesome. And it's been an awesome experience. Very fulfilling, very rewarding. I'm glad you could come on, brother. Honestly, didn't expect a lot of people. I figured everybody would be out partying tonight, you know. As I said earlier, I was planning on going to a concert, didn't make it, so I decided to do this instead. And my wife isn't feeling too good, so she's not in here with me to ring in all the New Year's. But that's okay. I got some beef jerky. Keep my protein levels high. Maybe she'll come in when it's actually ours. Hey, no problem, brother. Thank you very much for coming by. I don't go out on amateur night. uh, do I want to know what that means, Jason? But yeah, like I said, I very much am grateful for this YouTube thing that's been going down. I've had a lot of that sucks, Ron. I'm sorry. Well, I'm actually glad you got over it. I'm sorry you had to go through it. Amateur drunk night, right? So, yeah, it's been a decent year. It's been a tight year. It's been a tough year, but not quite as bad as 2017 was overall. Um, there's been a lot of good stuff that's happened this year. Some bad things too, but mostly good things. I'm really sorry to hear that, James. I hope 2019 will be better for you, bro. So besides myself and Jason, how many of you are drinking right now? Definitely try, Joe. I definitely try. 2017 was a real tough one, though. Had a lot of health issues, a lot of financial issues, some of which were caused by health issues, but I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be good. Nice. That's right, Cadaver Club. I almost forgot. You aren't drinking anything. Congratulations on that, brother. That's really awesome. Very cool. Appreciate it. So far, no trolls have stopped in tonight. When we were doing this the other night, I had a few come in. It was a lot of fun. They were pretty funny, actually. IE does not like live chats. Who's IE? Oh, IE. Never mind. I get what you're saying. James is drinking Pepsi. Can't go wrong. I used to actually, like I said, now I like Dr. Pepper and Captain, but I used to drink Pepsi with it more than not. I'm not definitely as big of a drinker as I used to, that's for sure. I love a good root beer. Root beers are awesome. Well, in 2017, I was diagnosed diabetic. And I gave up everything, bro. I gave up all of it. Everything I loved, I gave it up. Sweets, big sweet person. I used to love sweets. I still love sweets. I just don't eat them that often. This right here is my candy jar. Mostly it has sugar-free candies in it. There is one chocolate orange in there from Christmas. But I gave up everything. And I also had to give up a lot of drinks that I like, which included things like Hawaiian Punch. I was a big Hawaiian Punch fan. I loved it. So I refuse 100% to give up sugar. Now I do drink or to give up sugar, to give up soda. I do drink diet soda, and I've been drinking diet soda for a while, so it's not really a big deal. And yes, before anybody says that, I know diet sodas aren't good for you. Well, when you're a diabetic, it really doesn't matter. And everything in diet soda is bad for you. That's bad for you is, and just about everything else is bad for you. So depends on what diet you get. Diet Dr. Pepper is delicious. It tastes better than regular. Diet Mountain Dew is really good, and diet or not diet, but Coke Zero Sugar or Pepsi Max or whatever they call it these days. Those are good. Diet root beer tastes exactly like regular root beer. I've never tasted a difference. If you want some really awesome sodas, whether it's diet or regular, try Faygo. Oh, that's delicious stuff. I'm not drinking urine, Jason. All right? I'm not. Boy, everybody's just come on and insulted me tonight. What is up with that? uh, so what else did everybody do in 2018? Anything good happen out there? Anything bad happen out there? We've had a share from the Horror Man. We've had a share from myself. How about the rest of y'all? What y'all up to? Or what were you up to, should I say? Hey, congratulations, Ron. That's awesome. Wait, you said you're on the East Coast, right? So are you talking about the 1st or the 31st? Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. Yep, got a whole bunch of December birthdays in my family as well. Just about everybody, in fact. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Ugh, sorry. I'm getting way too, I'm yawning way too early here, guys. I shouldn't be doing that. I still got at least 3 hours to go on this stream. Oh, don't worry. You're not the only one, R&D. Jason's old too. I doubt it. That's my first one all night. All I've drank today is unsweet iced tea and sugar-free Powerade and water. That's all I've drank all day today. I will say this though, is caffeine doesn't have the normal effect on me that it has on everybody else. I could drink a ton of soda, a whole 12 pack. I could drink a pot of coffee and still go right to bed. It doesn't wire me at all. It is getting cold in here. My pipes froze Saturday morning. Wait, not Saturday morning. Saturday? No, Sunday morning. My pipes froze. Hey, Ben. Happy New Year, brother. Thank you very much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Oh, I won't fall asleep, believe me. It's just been a really long day. Yeah, so yesterday morning I woke up and my pipes were frozen. At some point after that live stream, they were frozen. It got down to, I think, -10 or -11 here. And so I took my space heater that I usually keep in my man cave and I took it out to my pump house and put it in there. Because the one I used to keep in the pump house broke. I've lived in this house now for almost 9 years and I've never had the pipes freeze on me before. Like never. 70 degrees, damn, I wish. Hey, Raiders AK, what's going on? Thank you very much for your service. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I put the space heater out there and they unfroze by noon. I'm just glad nothing broke, none of the pipes busted. Can't afford to fix a pipe right now, especially not when it's cold as fuck like this. Yeah, it's really freaking cold. So, and like I said, today, or it was supposed to start today, and also into tomorrow, so it'll probably be tonight because the clouds are real thick. Got a little bit of snow today, but not. We're supposed to get anywhere between another 10 and 12 inches tonight. They're calling it a superstorm, so we'll see what happens. Luckily, my boss let us get home early. I wasn't supposed to get off until after 8 o'clock, so, or about like 8 o'clock. So, hopefully it'll, not be too bad. I actually have the pipe insulation, believe it or not. I used to have the heat tape that was wrapped around the pipes in the pump house, but that went bad, and I do have pipe insulation around them though. Basically, it's foam, and you tape it around. But I found that when it gets really cold, if I just put a space heater out there, it usually helps, and keep my faucet dripping at night. That's one of the things about having your own well. It's a little different, but Alaska sounds like a lot of fun. Were you in one of those places where you don't get sun for like 30 days or whatever? Yeah, I've always wondered, and maybe I should read, maybe it's in the books or the comic books, but I always wondered where those vampires came from. Like their language and all they were talking sounded like Russia or something, but I was just curious where those guys came from. New Mexico winters are very weird. Like I said, it got down to 10 below last night, and it's gotten down as far as, 40 below, and that's pretty freaking cold. But a lot of the times it's not that bad. I mean, when it gets really fucking cold, it gets really fucking cold. And then when it gets really bad snow, it gets really bad snow. But then other times it's not. I mean, it's very weird. New Mexico, the desert is a very weird place for winters. Part four, Howling 4, probably the worst one. I think Jason will agree with that one. I think the Horror Man will too, if I remember correctly. I think you guys said that you didn't like part four as much as either. I haven't watched any of those in years except for the first one. Yeah, the original is fucking amazing. I actually only saw the original for the first time like 10 years ago. I actually saw part three before I saw the original, I think. I think it was part three. Um, it was part two. I don't remember. No, I think it was part three. That reminds me, I still need to send a package to Nick. Nick, if you ever see this live stream, I haven't started sending your package yet, brother. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. I also got to send one out to Eric. Hey, Internet Eric here. I keep meaning to send him one, and I keep forgetting. Somebody remind me to put those in my car in the morning. At least I know they won't melt. Mm, American Werewolf and The Howling are about the same for me. People may not agree with this, but my favorite werewolf movie is Dog Soldiers. I fucking love Dog Soldiers. I've actually been finding some more werewolf movies lately. I've been really looking for them. I loved Bone Hill Road, which is a lower budget Wild Eye film, but I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't, but I really liked it. Yeah, James, you have to see Dog Soldiers. It's awesome. Silver Bullets is another one that's really good. I actually prefer the book, but I'm like that with just about every Stephen King project. So I really like Bone Hill Road. I like the psycho in it. You'll figure out what that means, even though it's on the back of the box, so it's not a spoiler. It tells you right on the back of the box that they run into a psychopath. I think that I wish they would have done a little more with the werewolves actually, but from what they did, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, of course, it's a low budget film, so one thing I really loved about it is there was no CGI in it at all. Everything they did was practical effects, including the transformations. Jason, I'm trying to remember if I've seen late phases. I think I have, but I can't remember. Bonehill has an awesome story. The Some of the acting is not great, but it has an awesome story and it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Dave, are you still there? I know that a lot of us have watched Bird Box lately, and a lot of us have liked it. I liked it. I didn't do a review on it, but I liked it. I put it in my top 10 horror films. But I do have to be honest with that. I think that maybe if I would have seen more of the horror movies that came out this year, that one may have been pushed out. And also, Hereditary may have been pushed out too. Honestly, that's just. Hereditary is really good. I enjoyed it, but I think if I would have watched certain others, it may have gotten pushed out. But that's just an opinion. But anyways, the reason I brought that up with Dave is that Dave put out a awesome review on Bird Box. If you have not seen Dave's review on Bird Box, you have to watch it. Whether you watch the movie or not, go watch Dave's review. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. It was so much fun. I haven't seen one of the ones Dave. I haven't seen actually either of the ones that Dave compared it to, but yeah, I actually have one. I have a Quiet Place over there sitting right there. I'm actually looking right at it that I need to watch. I just haven't had a chance yet. I don't want to get into my one big issue with Bird Box because we're going to be discussing it on the next Blood Spatter Trio live stream on the 8th, which is next Tuesday, by the way, at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Or no, I'm sorry, not 5 o'clock Eastern Time. 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It's 5 o'clock my time. The best Shrek. That's a tough one, bro. I love the Shrek movies. I even like that play they did that I have on DVD. Really? You hated Hereditary, huh? You're the first person I've seen say that. I liked Hereditary. I didn't think that it lived up to the hype it was given. But I did like it. Hmm. I don't know, man. That is a real tough one because I really like one. I really like two, and I really like four. Three is kind of it's good, but it can be kind of forgettable. I think I'm gonna honestly have to go with two. I definitely think I'm gonna have to go with two. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. That's a tough one, man. It's between one and two, I think. I'm gonna maybe one of these days, even though it's not horror, I'll do reviews on them and do a ranking. By the way, welcome, Toby Wellington. Me too, Jason. Me too. Not on this side, not on that side, but right in the middle. Oh, dude, me too. But even if I didn't have younger kids, I would probably still watch them because I love animated movies. I have a book filled with animated movies. I haven't seen Coco yet, Dave. We have it. I just haven't watched it. I didn't really think that it looked like a movie I'd like. But that's just me. And I love Disney movies too, but I just didn't think I was gonna like that one. My favorite Disney ones are the ones that are basically it's the classics. The ones that are based on like the classic stories and stuff. My absolute favorite one's Aladdin. I love it. Which brings me to another point. I do not like the way that Will Smith looks as the genie. I really think they should CGI the genie and just let Will be the voice. But that's just a personal opinion. You know what's funny is I'm not the biggest Pixar fan. They've done a couple. I mean, they've done some that are good, but like I really feel like Toy Story is way overrated. That's just my opinion. I can't believe they're coming out with another one. I saw the theater or the poster for it when I was in theaters. I agree. I thought Will Smith is also an odd choice. I mean, he may be really good, but I just don't like the way he looks in the movie, and I really wish they would CGI him. Yeah, James, I saw you said that once. Not, it's just I like the movie. I'm just not huge into it. Pixar is yet to really impress me. They really haven't impressed me yet. Here's something funny a lot of people don't know. Did you know that Pixar was actually owned by George Lucas? Before it was Disney, it was George Lucas's company. Pixar is basically an offshoot of Industrial Light and Magic. And George Lucas and his people started it, and they didn't do really anything with it. And they sold the technology and the stuff to Disney, which then, of course, he sold the entire Lucasfilm to Disney later on. But yeah, Finding Nemo, yes, but Finding Nemo was one of those where it's like supposed to be. I mean, they're all Disney, but it was Disney and Pixar, and it didn't have that classic Pixar style look to it. So yeah, I liked Finding Nemo. It was pretty good. Never watched the second one though. What was the other one? The Incredibles. I love The Incredibles. Very funny, very good. It's just the animation style. The animation style hasn't really impressed me yet. Yep, definitely. I like the original Snow White. I think that's a really good movie. I like Walt Disney. I like Walt Disney the person. I like Walt Disney the company. I've always been a Disney person. They they brought magic to children. And a lot of people talk about, and I'm sorry to tell anybody that doesn't believe it, but it's 100% false. Walt Disney was never, ever anti Semitic and he was never racist. And where that came from, most people don't even know. They did a documentary about Disney where they talk about it. And it started back in like the 1950s, that rumor that he was anti Semitic. But that never happened. And then they asked one of the animators who worked with Mr. Disney, who was a black animator. He said, people have said that about Walt Disney for years. He was a friend of mine, and this is what I have to say to any of them. And he was especially talking about Spike Lee. He said he was talking. He's like, you know what, Spike Lee. I only have one thing to say about that. I knew him. You didn't. And you know, I always wonder where those rumors started or came from, but I've never held that they were true, and I still don't. Oh, dude, the Black Cauldron's fun. It's not the best one. It's definitely on the lower end of Disney, but it is a good movie. I enjoy it. My second favorites are the Robin Hood animated movie and the Sleeping Beauty animated movie. I have a huge Disney collection of the animations. Um, I had to move them to the top shelf of one of the movie shelves because my daughters were getting into them and just wrecking the cases. I still do. I try to keep them out, but my 3-year-old, man, she'll put a chair up against things and just climb her way up the wall. I'm telling you, you gotta really watch her. She gets into everything. Boy, ever since we started talking about Disney, I went from 12 people watching down to 6. What is up with that? When I was a kid, I loved Song of the South. And it's been banned because people were crying out against it. But I watched that not too long back, and it's not. I don't see what the big deal is about it. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. Really love American Tail, the first one and the second one. Five O Goes West, I saw in theaters when it came out. Um, and I had all the collector's cups with the big Five O heads on them and stuff. Yeah. When I was younger, Jason, Robin Hood was my favorite, and then after I got to Aladdin, Aladdin became my favorite. Never saw Secret of Nim, but the American Tales, the first two at least, were really good. The third and fourth one weren't that great, but the first two were great. I like Beauty and the Beast. That was fun. The live action was pretty good too. And funny. All the shit that people bitched about in that movie, especially the Christians, I thought it was hilarious. Excuse me one second, sorry. Fix that real quick. There we go. Sword in the Stone is one of my favorites. That's an awesome one. I love The Lion King, but it's not in my top five. I really like it, but there's others I just like more. Fox and the Hound was my little brother's favorite for a long time. I don't know if it still is, but it was. Man, it is getting really cold. Last year, I took all the stuff out of that window and put a piece of insulation in there and covered it. I may end up having to do that again this year. Oh, God, shut the fuck up, James. I have a 7-year-old little girl and I have a 3-year-old little girl. I don't need to watch that movie anymore. Well, we are about 20 minutes away from Texas and whatever's on top of Texas, Oklahoma, and all them Kansas to start ringing things in. Product placement time, guys. Bridgeford, Sweet Baby Ray's beef jerky, honey barbecue. Love it. Here's a funny story. Now, I have certain opinions on people in my family, so I'm not going to get into all that. But when I was younger and my brother in law was younger, he's about my age, he's maybe a year older than me. When he was a little kid, 7 or 8, something like that, they re released Bambi in the theaters. And his parents took him to see it. Now, I'm a hunter, or I used to be. I don't really hunt anymore. I don't have time or money to go hunting. but I do enjoy hunting. And so does my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law is kind of a redneck. Well, he is a redneck. But they are at the point where Bambi's mother gets shot. That little boy jumped up in the middle of the theater and was like, "Look, Daddy got her!" Well, everybody else was in tears and crying. He thought it was awesome. And when I told that story, I just about lost my shit. When I heard that, I was like, "Oh my God, no way. Are you serious?" The first time I saw Bambi was on television. When I was a very little kid, like no more than 2 or 3 probably. And yes, I know people can make cry bullshit on this, but I actually do remember shit from back then. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know if it's a blessing or not, but I have a very good long-term memory. Not like I remember everything, but I remember a lot of shit that happened from way, way back when, before I was even 3 years old. I remember falling into the fountain at the Lakewood Mall, and my grandmother telling me that I was going to squish squash all the way through home, and one of their mall people had to like fish me out. I remember going to the very first Orange Julius. It was a cart, and I remember going to it in the mall. I remember watching Bambi on television on my grandmother's old cabinet TV. You know, I don't know if any of you remember cabinet TVs, but Benji, we were just talking about that earlier because Jason did a review on a Benji movie. I remember the first time I ever watched Sleeping Beauty was on that TV as well. Oh, no. Sorry if you heard that chewing. Personally, I can't do asthma videos. It grosses me out. I do follow one channel that does asthma videos, but he follows me and I support him, and that's not all he does, so that's cool. I can watch his other videos as well, but I can't do the asthma ones. It just really grosses me out. Yes, I have also heard that they're making a Toxic Avengers movie, and they're talking about doing it like a comic book movie we have now, like made for younger audiences, which I guess can work. I mean, they did actually have those of you that remember the 80s, they had a Toxic Avengers cartoon show for kids. I thought it was funny because that was based on such a raunchy comic. I didn't know that as a kid, by the way. When I was a kid, I didn't even know about the Toxic Avenger movies. I just knew about the cartoon. Then I found out about the movie. I was quite shocked when I first saw it. Andrew, what up, brother? Happy New Year to you, my friend. Glad to see you back. I'm not sure who's all still there besides Jason, R&D, Horror DVD. Um, I'm pretty sure that Dave's still there. He's just kind of quiet right now, and I think the Horror Man's still there. I'm not sure if Adam's still there. I haven't seen Adam comment in a while, so I'm not sure if he's still there. I think he says he may have. I thought he said he might go back. Lloyd was going to make it, but I think Shitstorm is going to be his last movie. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Hey, no problem, Andrew. It's all good. I appreciate you coming by, brother. We've done the East Coast. We've got Texas and, on up here in about 14 minutes. Anybody here from Texas? Should I do Texas? I'll do Texas. Why not? Here it is 10:46 p.m., brother. 10:46. Uh, I'm going to be doing this all the way through the West Coast, getting theirs, which will be at 1 o'clock my time. So, you know, I've really been enjoying doing these. Usually okay, I have the two live streams that I do over on Sean Urshan's channel, which is the Horror Hangouts and the Blood Spatter Trio. No, it's 10:46 where I'm at, James. I'm on Mountain Time. I'm on Mountain Time. But I have those two live streams that we do. But other than that, for my own channel, this is the first live stream I've ever pre-planned. And I really didn't plan it that much in advance. I just thought about doing it today when my plans for going to the concert and all fell through. So, yeah, Andrew, Paul was in here a little while ago, told us that at midnight on Eastern time, it was 4 o'clock where you guys are. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, bro, what movie did you watch? Get Out. I have not watched that one yet. Isn't that what's his name? Peele or whatever movie? Jordan Peele? What did you think of Split, James? I am not a big M. Night Shyamalan person, or as I like to call him, Shyamalan. Here I'm about to lose some people. Watch, because I'm about to insult somebody in the horror community. I do not like M. Night Shyamalan. I can't stand his movies. They are all crap. Every single one of them, with the exception of Unbreakable. So I am looking forward to Glass. I don't like any of his other movies. The Sixth Sense was okay, but I saw the twist coming a mile away. Uh, Village, Signs, um, The Happening, which I never watched. I couldn't watch it because I just don't like any of the rest of his movies. He's like the Will Ferrell of horror, you know. I just can't stand him. What a twist! Since you guys are carrying on the conversation on it, I'm sure that I'm talking to myself here because I seem to probably be the only person that doesn't like him. But that's okay. I'll give him this. The guy is a master. He is a master at making completely unscary movies. I like where horror is right now as well. I really do. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. That's funny. Yeah, I'm happy where horror is right now as well. I really thought 2018 was a really good year for horror. Well, as I said, I don't think Hereditary quite lived up to its hype. I know that quite a few of you think it's great, it's a masterpiece, and it is a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I just don't know if it lived up to the hype. I really don't. And it was really slow. Um, I haven't seen Quiet Place yet. Like I said, I have it sitting right there. I need to watch it. My big one for this year was Halloween. I mean, I loved it. That movie is one of the best movies I've seen in years. I love Halloween. You're out of my chat, Raiders. Just kidding. No, that's cool. I mean, everybody's got their opinion, and some people liked it, some people didn't. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's not my favorite in the franchise, but I loved it. And I can't wait for it to come out on DVD on the 15th. The other one, which if you guys watched my ranking video that I absolutely loved, were Terrifier, which I fucking love. The movie's amazing. But it did come in number two to or come in number three to my number two, which is Leprechaun Returns. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to agree with me on that one as well, but oh my god, that movie was just such a blast. Had so much fun with that movie. Really? How much is that going to cost, Andrew? If I send you the dough and Australian money, can you send me that? Shipping included, of course. Meaning I'll pay the shipping. You don't have to include the shipping. I'll pay for it. I really want to get that Halloween soundtrack vinyl that you guys got. I like that exclusive Australian vinyl. That was awesome. That sounds like it's going to be an awesome cover. 7 more minutes till Texas gets the new year. I loved Don't Breathe. But I didn't put it on the list because that was a 2017 movie, if I remember correctly. Or was it 2016? I don't remember. But I fucking love Don't Breathe. Another one that I saw the twist coming. But here's what's funny about it. Where I knew what was going to happen, I knew that that guy was had a girl hostage. I didn't know why he had a girl hostage, but I knew he had a girl hostage in his basement. The reason why is at the very beginning of the movie, you see him hitting a girl and dragging her. I didn't realize that. I thought throughout the whole movie, I thought it was like later on in the movie they were showing, and it was the girl in the movie. So my brain figured out the twist, but it did it with a wrong presumption, if you know what I'm trying to say. Wait, late horror shows in here? Oh, hey, Dino. There you are. I'm sorry, brother. I didn't see your comment. It Follows. Oh, Andrew, I hated that movie. God, it's so dumb and so bad. I'm not trying to be a jerk. It just, oh, I couldn't stand it. I really couldn't stand it. Bird Box reminded me a bit of It Follows in the way that you never saw the creature. But it is what it is. I just couldn't stand It Follows. I thought it was such a ripoff of so many other films, including Final Destination. The only difference was instead of death following you around, it was sex following you around. I just did not like that movie at all. So, Dino, what you up tonight for the New Year's? Hey, Dino, are you guys about to have the New Year ring in, or is it or are you guys on Eastern time? You said you're in Ohio. What time is it there where you're at right now? Okay, yeah, so you are on Eastern time. I can't remember if you guys were or not. Dude, I would love to do. Can we? How about we just do a live stream where we just bash It Follows? You know, 1 a.m. where you are. It's almost 11 here. 4 more minutes till we ring in Texas's New Year and Oklahoma and I think Kansas and so on and so forth up the ladder there. Have fun with that dojo. Appreciate you stopping by, bro. You should have said something earlier. If I would have known there was other juggalos in here, I would have talked a little bit about that. I didn't realize it though. I knew Purple Gang was in here, but I don't think he still is. So 3 more minutes to until Texas gets its New Year. Is anybody else going to be doing Horror Man's Saturday slashback series with us? I know I'm doing it, and I know Jason's doing it. Anybody else? He put the video out yesterday, so if you haven't checked it out, go over and do so. But basically, every Saturday he's going to review a slasher film, and then he's going to name a topic for the next week. You have to put your videos out on Saturday. It's called Saturday Slashback or something like that for because it's on Saturday. And like this week, the first topic is party. It doesn't have to be a movie about a party. It's just got to be a slasher movie that has a party in it, at least one party scene. If you don't mind me asking, Andrew, what film are you planning on doing, or is it a surprise? And then the other thing is like, if I got this down correctly, say one day, and there's just an example, but say that Dave does A Nightmare on Elm Street. And then for one category, like say it's supernatural slasher, and he does Nightmare on Elm Street. And then later on, they have one-liner slasher as a topic, and I decided to do Nightmare on Elm Street. I can do that, but Dave can't do it again. And the goal is to basically watch more variety of slasher films and to do reviews on a variety. Very cool, bro. Killer Party. I am doing Harvest of Fear. Uh, well, like I said, it was the idea is the Horror Man's, and he came up with it, and he gave us all the first topic when he announced the series, and just there, I don't think there's any time frame. We don't have to put them up at the exact same time or anything, but just on this upcoming Saturday, we put up our first videos. And he doesn't expect you to do one every single time. If you miss a couple, that's fine. You don't have to do them all. I have never seen Redeemer, Jason. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to do it each week as well. I mean, barring any unforeseen circumstances where I couldn't do it for one day reason or another. But the fact that you have all week, I mean, you could film your video, like say today on Monday, and have it up on Saturday. So that's pretty cool. I'll probably end up doing mine tomorrow while we're off for the New Year, since I'm off. This Saturday's topic is party slashers. And go check out his video for all the rules and stuff. And if you have any questions, hit him up. He would be sure to answer it. He was here a little while ago. I'm not sure if he left or had to take off. If he did take off, I missed him saying he did. He may not have. Definitely, Andrew. That's definitely the point of it, is so that we all discover new movies. I went for this party slasher one. Now, there's lots of party movies, but I was thinking, what do I own? The first thing that came to my mind was Nightmare on Elm Street 2. To me, that party scene is about the best scene in the film, and it's pretty iconic. But I've already reviewed Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Oh shit, I'm late. I'm so sorry, guys. I was talking. Texas, Happy New Year. Oklahoma, Happy New Year. Anybody above Oklahoma and Texas, Happy New Year. So yeah, but that I've already done that review, so I'm going to I'm trying to do movies that I haven't seen. So I was going through one of my big boxes of movies here that I haven't seen. I went through one of the multi-packs that Scott Omnis and Esquire sent me, and the name that stuck out to me was Harvest of Fear, and it talked about a harvest festival. I was like, okay, cool. That's definitely going to have a party in it. It's got to have a party in it. So I popped it in, not even knowing if it would have a party in it. And luckily it did. It had a couple of them. And I'm waiting for the birthday one to review Happy Birthday to Me. And he said he's got most of the topics already, he's got a lot of topics already done. But basically, by the end of the year, I think he said we'll have reviewed something like 50 different slashers. And each person will have, and that's kind of the, cool part of it, is that we'll have done a bunch of new movies. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it is going to be a bit of a challenge, because I also have some franchises that are upcoming on my channel that I'm going to be doing. Leprechaun, Child's Play, things like that. So I'm not going to include any of those probably in any things that, come up. Unless a Saturday comes up where the topic is sequel to a killer doll movie, then maybe I'll do, if I'm already doing the Child's Place, maybe I'll throw one in there, but I'm just saying, if you're talking about those VHS retro releases, definitely, those things are awesome. Some of the Blu-rays are a little bare bones, but the slipcovers alone are worth the price, and they're really not bad. I mean, I got the Halloween 6, which is actually the producer's cut under there, which actually kind of bugged me. I was hoping it'd be the theatrical cut, but it's the producer's cut. I didn't realize it was the producer's cut when I bought it, but that one was only $5, and I think the highest one I saw was 9, I think, maybe 788 was the most expensive one. I bought a few of them for me. I bought Happy Birthday to Me. I bought Halloween. I bought Silent Rage. But yeah, they got a whole bunch of them in my Walmart right now, and thought they were going to get rid of them at Halloween, but they didn't. So they ended up getting more in, because at first I didn't have Happy Birthday to Me or Silent Rage. I do find it funny, though, the ones that they have that that weren't made back in the days of VHS. Like the 2014 Godzilla is one of the movies you can buy. And I was like, wait a minute, they didn't have VHS in that. But, Andrew, If it's the same movie I'm thinking of, I liked it. It's been a while. Been a long while. Yeah, I saw that too. The Power Rangers. They had the Power Rangers on there. The new Power Rangers movie as one that you could get. I was like, okay, that makes no sense, but all right. I don't remember if you've done Cherry Falls, Dave. I know we talked about it. Hey, Sean, what's going on, bro? I know we've talked about Cherry Falls, but I don't know if you did a review on it. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why they put the movies that are newer on that as well, but whatever. Hang on one second. Danny, did you knock? Danny, what are you doing? Oh. I thought somebody was knocking. It's my wife out there trying to open salsa.
Here, open this. I've been craving salsa all day. Actually, guacamole.
Don't eat it all. So, babe, are you going to come ring in our New Year with me or no? At midnight, are you going to come in here and ring in the New Year with me? So, anyways, what are we talking about?
What, babe?
I said, are you going to come in here at midnight and ring in the New Year with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, what were we talking about? I apologize, guys. Oh, yes, the Mill Creek Blu-ray VHS Retros. Yeah, honestly, though, they're really awesome. I really enjoy those. I want to get quite a few more of them. Which R2-D2 are we talking about? I have a couple of them back there. If you're talking about this tiny little one, this was a stocking stuffer my wife got me. It's actually a little tiny candy machine. So you hit this little button here. And it spits out a little piece of candy and makes a noise. This one this is awesome. You guys are going to love this. This has a carrying handle. It has buttons here that make sound effects. It has a headphone jack over here, because what this really is it's a tape player. It is a cassette player, which I actually have Korn, Life is Peachy in here, which is why you couldn't understand a damn thing. Plus, the built-on speaker isn't very good. Well, that or it's just really old. But yeah, it's a tape player. I found this at a yard sale quite a while back, and I priced it on eBay against, I only saw one other on there, and the guy had it going for like $500. But I'm not getting rid of it. This is mine, and I don't even know what it's actually worth. That guy could have been just asking way too much. But yeah, this is mine. Not going anywhere. Oh, excuse me, my Michael Myers fell. And my little chocolate bear. It's a bear that smells like chocolate. My kids gave it to me for, I think, Valentine's Day or something last year. Then I got my little Michael Myers that Scott sent me in my package. I have another R2-D2 over there that's a remote control one. You know, it moves around on the ground with a little controller. The controller is actually the comm link from the original movie that C-3PO is holding. I almost bought the giant stormtroopers and Darth Vaders when they came out, and the giant Yoda. I really wanted the Yoda, but I didn't. I didn't get them. I should have. Sometimes I have to curtail myself because I just don't have the time or the space for it anymore. I'm really trying to, and I really the last year or so I've gotten more back into the collecting of horror memorabilia. So I'm trying to do a lot more of that. I guess I could have worn my Freddy Krueger glove. But yeah, that's basically it. I'm running out of room. I keep most of my stuff here in this little man cave room, and I'm running out of room. In fact, I got a lot of it just piling up on the desk over there. You know, and I actually had to take a lot of my stuff and put into those, big tubs, and just put it out in my garage because I didn't have room for it in here. You had more kids, and I lost room. I used to have a couple spare rooms to put this stuff in, but not anymore. Yeah, I got not as big a collection of Star Wars as I used to have, because I used to have like every single fucking figure and shit like that. But I gave all my figures and stuff like that way back when. I gave them all to my little brothers, except for my old ones, my real old ones. I still have those. They're in drawers and stuff. But then I got it into collecting other things. I collect so many different things that I've really had to just kind of taper back, Um, but I still collect a lot of really cool stuff. In fact, when I get up to do my next drink, to make my next drink, I will show you guys what my wife got me. One of the things she got me for Christmas that I forgot to put on my video. It was pretty dope. And my father-in-law always buys me Star Wars stuff because he knows I love Star Wars, but I don't really collect a lot of Star Wars things anymore unless I just happen to find them. I collect all the variations and stuff like that. I only have the one Funko Pop, and it's Freddy Krueger here. And it was sent to me by he doesn't like to stand up very well. There we go. Sent to me by Omniscient Esquire. But hey, good night, Raiders. Really appreciate you stopping by, man. Yeah, I really appreciate you stopping by, brother. Definitely. But yeah, I'm not really into the pops, the Funko Pops. They're not really my style. I really prefer more realistic looking stuff. Even like the new NECAs and stuff, I like some of them, but like the new NECA Michael Myers and stuff, they don't look as good to me as, say, like the McFarlane toys, the movie icons, the horror icon ones. I have one of those down on the shelf way down there of Michael Myers. And then just like, I like the more realistic looking ones, you know what I mean? From like either McFarlane or Diamond. Diamond has some of the best figures out there. I put it away. I have a lot of DC and Marvel comic book figures as well. And I actually have, that's my problem. I don't like things that look cutesy. I like things that look realistic, and I don't like the stylized figures that much. Those are the only two stylized ones I have. I have that one. Oh no, I'm sorry, I take it back. I also have a couple stylized Insane Clown Posse action figures. But I have that one, and I have the Jason Voorhees bobblehead. That is like one of those sun bobbleheads. It's got the, the solar thing on it. And that's really cool. But, yeah, I just like the more realistic looking stuff. like I've said many times, the best and only good things to come out of the Rob Zombie Halloween films is The Mask and my big 18-inch Michael Myers over there. You know, those are the two best things that came out of that movie. I haven't picked up any of the mini horror figures. I really haven't bought any figures lately. I can't remember the last figure I actually bought. It's been quite a while since I bought any figures. But what I was going to tell you is that I have the Dark Knight Joker figure, the Heath Ledger one, that was pulled off the shelves when he died. Uh, he died prior to the release of the movie. Well, they had already started releasing toys. And when he died, a lot of people know this because they look kind of similar, but they're not. They pulled all the Joker figures off the shelves and changed the look of them just a little bit and then re-put them back out. And it was some sort of issue that they thought it would be disrespectful to him or something. I don't know. But I actually have the one that was pulled off shelves. And the reason I got a hold of a lot of this stuff is I used to work in a comic book store. And I actually paid $30 for that figure. And it went up on eBay all the way. I saw it for like $300. I don't know if it is anymore because once the rumor gets out that those things are being pulled, collectors start getting them and the market kind of gets flooded with them. I also have, for those of you that collect comics, I have a All-Star Batman and Robin number 10, which was pulled from shelves. And they were actually all supposed to be destroyed. I was working in the comic book shop when we got them in. And DC sent out orders to all the comic book shops that we were literally to take them out, burn them, or shred them. And what it is in those all-star books, there's a lot of cursing and a lot of, bad words and things like that. And they're written by Frank Miller, so they're very graphic. Well, in all the bad words, they were supposed to be blacked out and little black boxes over the word. Well, the number 10s that went out originally, you could see through the black boxes. So we actually got orders straight from DC to destroy them. And of course, not many comic shops destroyed them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I've still got mine of that. That's one of my really good books that I keep down here in a binder of really good books. But yeah, I just don't buy as many figures as I used to. I just haven't had a lot of time. No, I'm the Batman. Didn't you see my Batman ranking video? Bet you didn't know Batman was just another fat kid in a cape. I'm telling you. All right, if you say so, you're the fucking Batman. All right, guys. Well, we have 41 minutes. Can I call you old chum? I've been watching Batman 66 a lot lately because my wife got me season 1. And man, I'm having so much fun with it. It is so dumb and so cheesy, but it's such a blast. And it brings back such great memories of me as a younger kid, I guess, because I'm still a kid. But it brings me back memories of, when we moved back here from Germany, my parents split up and my mom worked 3 or 4 jobs at a time. Literally, there was some days where I wouldn't see my mom for 2 or 3, 4 days straight. And we really didn't have babysitters. She used to have somebody that would come and spend the night with us sometimes. But a lot of the times we didn't have babysitters. And, I haven't had a babysitter since I was like 10, but whatever. We had to go in the house, lock lock the doors, and Iron Maiden. Hey, Iron Maiden did have a comic book. Quite a few rock bands did. A lot of people don't know it, but there was a comic book released for rock bands. Kiss has one. Even the Beatles had one. And I have the Beatles issue somewhere around this place. I actually have it. But yeah, we used to have to like literally go in the house, lock the doors. We couldn't go out. So every afternoon they showed 2 hours worth of Batman 66, and then they showed like an hour of Flipper and some other stuff, and I fucking love them. I love them. Bill actually has a book filled with cover arts and things from the guy who designed and did all the Iron Maiden covers, including Eddie, and he created Eddie. And Bill has a book full of all his art, and it shows some of the comic books he's worked on for Iron Maiden as well. It's pretty freaking cool. I don't know, Andrew. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I feel you, and that's really cool, bro. But I think if they do the CGI right, like they've done in, like they did in Aquaman, it can be an amazing experience. That movie is just beautiful and breathtaking to behold. So, yeah, my wife's watching Star Trek Voyager. I can hear it. So, guys, we got a lot of good stuff coming in 2019. What are you guys looking forward to? Let's start with horror movies. What horror movies are you looking forward to in 2019? And does anybody think that we will get Halloween, another Halloween in 2019? I haven't seen the preview for that yet. I want to. Everybody keeps talking about it. For the movie Us. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Think it'll be 2020? They made the mistake before of rushing into the movies pretty quickly. I wouldn't be shocked if it did happen. But nothing I saw that I want to go see in theaters. Some good stuff coming out on DVD, but nothing I saw in theaters. Ooh. Anybody else got any horror movies they're looking forward to? I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that we'll get another Terrifier sequel. Don't know if it'll be this year, but that would be nice. I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2. Um, I'm really weird with the It movies. I like this new one. I don't like the original one. But I like the new one, and I'm looking forward to seeing part two. But I still don't think either of them live up to the book. I am looking forward to New Mutants if it ever comes out. They've delayed it. And I've heard, rumor has it, that it may not even come out. All right, buddy. Hey, I really appreciate you coming by, Jason. You too, Dave. Much love, guys.
Do you mind if I start the washer, or would that be too much?
Yeah, leave it off.
Huh?
Leave it off. Um, I don't think I want to see. Well, I mean, I'm sure I'll see it, but I'm not seeing it in theaters. That's for sure. And I'm either gonna wait till it comes out to stream on Netflix where I can watch it for free, or watch it with somebody else that has it. But the Child's Play remake, I am not looking forward to at all. I'm really looking forward to the Child's Play TV series that's coming out, which I hope will be on Netflix, so it can be as gory and bloody as they want it to be. And then I'm looking forward to Don Mancini's next Child's Play movie, which I believe is slated for a 2020 time slot. Yeah, I am really looking forward to New Mutants. It's supposed to be New Mutants. For those of you that don't know, is I'm sure all of you know, but New Mutants is going to be, it's an X-Men movie basically. Well, whatever, it'd take a long time to explain to people that aren't comic book people. But it's an X-Men based universe, and it's supposed to be the first horror film in this universe. Even though technically, I still say the very first Marvel horror film was Blade. I mean, action horror, whatever. And then, of course, 30 Days a Night, which is a comic book movie. That was a horror comic book movie. So, yeah, I just hope it actually gets a release. That's all I'm hoping. Zombieland 2 looks amazing. I want to see that. And I hear that Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd will be doing cameos. Oh, here's one that I heard is supposed to be scheduled for 2019, but I haven't really heard anything about it since they announced it. Dan Aykroyd announced it. Ghostbusters 3. We are supposed to be getting a Ghostbusters 3 according to Dan Aykroyd. It will have all the original Ghostbusters with the exception of Egon, unfortunately. Um, but yes, there is supposed to be a Ghostbusters 3 according to Dan Aykroyd. And they're completely ignoring the one they did a couple of years ago. Thank God. Why don't you believe anything Dan says? I think Bill Murray backed him up on that too, that it was going to happen, but I'm not 100% on that one. It could have just been something I heard. But I think it was Bloody Disgusting even reported on it as well that there was supposed to be a Ghostbusters 3. Oh, dude, you're not missing anything, believe me. And I didn't even bother with it either. I only saw part of it when I was playing at somebody's house. I saw part and it was like, no. Yeah, but I guess this time they're pretty serious about it. From what I remember him saying was that it was already in pre-production. So here's hoping, right? I need to see World War Z 1 before I see World War Z 2. I still haven't seen the first one. Oh, I love House of a Thousand Corpses, and I love, love, love Devil's Rejects. So I'm definitely looking forward to Three from Hell, but I love Devil's Rejects so much, and I love the ending to that movie so much that I think that them even putting out this movie is almost like insulting to the legacy they've already built. But I'll still watch it. It's horror movies. I mean, people come back all the time, But they were supposed to be dead at the end of the third one, or at the end of Devil's Rejects. And now I hear that they were just in jail and they were just injured. No, I don't know about all that. Oh man, Andrew, you know how I feel about that, but is actually funny that I like all his other movies, but I don't like the Halloween films. They're just bad. But I like House of Thousand Corpses, I like Devil's Rejects, and I like 31. I take it back. I don't like all of his other movies. I don't like uh, Lords of Salem. The movie's just boring. and it was way overhyped, calling it the modern horror masterpiece, what new all horror movies should be from now on, stuff like that. I was just like, no. I was so looking forward to it too. Came out and it was crap. Tasted like somebody put some watermelon in my drink. I'll say this for him, okay? Guy can't write dialogue for shit. He really needs somebody to write his dialogue for him. But he is a really good director when it comes to shooting a film and making it look good, in my opinion. Okay, let's take Devil's Rejects for example, okay? Last scenes of Devil's Rejects, when they're driving along the road and Freebird starts playing, and that's another thing I gotta give him. He knows where to put the music. Freebird starts playing, and there's this big helicopter shot, and it's just over everything, and it's so beautiful. And it's drawing out, and then it draws in when the confrontation with the cops come, and then it draws back out again. And that move, that point right there in that movie makes the viewer, in my opinion, now let's just put it that way, this is my opinion. It makes the viewer who watched these people do all this despicable stuff throughout the whole movie and were either repulsed, scared, or downright angry at these people. That one shot with that music made us want them to get away. It instantly turned the viewing audience and made us root for the killers. And we wanted to see them live on and get away and go through. And to me, that is an amazing talent. That is something so cool. That you can do that in a movie, that anybody has the talent to do that. And that was all his directing. In that moment, that was all his directing. And then he came out with fucking Halloween and Halloween 2 and just pissed me the fuck off. You know, he redeemed himself a teeny tiny bit with 31, in my opinion. I really liked 31. I thought it was fun. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I really liked I just forgot his name right now, but I really liked that first clown. I thought he was a really good character. So, my favorite is still the Spanish midget guy with the Nazi symbol on his chest. I thought that was hilarious. All right, Ron. Have a good night, brother. Happy New Year. I'm glad you stopped by, brother. I really appreciate it. As I said, I will be on here until at least a little after 1 o'clock my time, so I can ring in New Year's for the West Coast as well. That is, unless I'm just sitting here talking to myself, then I'll probably get off, but I doubt it. I really appreciate everybody that stopped by. I really am grateful for that. It's very humbling. I'm glad that you guys want to spend your time with me, and that's really nice. I appreciate that. Even if you are just bored. Well, Andrew, if you're going to be around for another hour, I'll at least be able to have my, Happy New Year. So, all right, James. Well, I appreciate you stopping by as well, brother. You have a good one, and Happy New Year, and take care of yourself. Everybody take care of yourself. So, Dave, you really liked Lords of Salem, huh? What did you like about it, really? I mean, honestly, my big problem with it was hyped up so much, and then I was just bored. And then at the end of the movie, I was just asking myself, what the fuck? Because I just, it totally lost me at the end. Yeah, it took me 2 watches. I tried watching it the first time and I fell asleep. I was so bored. I woke up the next morning and rewatched it, but I haven't liked it. Maybe I should give it a. And I haven't watched it since then either. Maybe I should give it a third one. I don't know. I just nope. Haven't seen Zombie Bloodbath, brother. Sounds like a fun one. Does anybody think, even though I really don't care because I can't stand the movies, like I said, once again, the cinematography in Lords of Salem is beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. The music is really good as well. Those are two things that Rob Zombie excels at. I didn't really think there was, in my opinion, very much of an atmosphere. It really didn't set a tone for me at all. They were trying to make it very spooky, very supernatural scary, and I just didn't feel that. I can see what you're saying on the trippiness. It kind of was like an acid trip, but it just couldn't overcome the boredom for me. It was just such a boring film. And then, like, people are talking about how it's like the scariest horror film and all the previews and stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I remember watching it when all the lamps just kind of moved like this a little bit that are hanging. I was like, ooh, the lamps moved. Wow, scary. Really? I didn't know that it was a Polanski movie. I don't know, Dave. Maybe I'll give it another try. I have it. It's in my collection. I'll give it another try and I'll let you know. Maybe I'll watch that tomorrow. We'll see. Maybe. If I come back and I've been bored to tears for another 2 hours, I'm so yelling at you. Yeah, bro, do a review. That'd be cool. And I will make a video of it too, Dave. Don't think I won't. I will sit there and do a rant and rave and blame it all on Dave Maggot. D Mags. Oh yes, I apologize, Andrew. Uh, I don't know how you guys feel about the Jeepers Creepers movies. Personally, I can't stand them, and it has nothing to do with Victor Salva and his stuff. Okay, this is gonna make me sound terrible, but please take it in the way I mean it, not the way it may sound. I don't care about his crap. I really don't care about his crap at all. All that stuff, it has no concern to me whatsoever as far as the movies go. Because there's lots of people that work on those movies, not just him. And it's like they're punishing everybody else for what he did, even though it wasn't their fault, and they're just trying to make a movie. But anyways, I'm not trying to get into his crap. I just can't stand those films. They are so dumb and so boring. If you watch my reviews, I usually, usually when I review a franchise, I do one video for each movie, then I do a ranking. Jeepers Creepers, it took me 3 or 4 times to even finish the first movie. That's how bad it is. I'd keep falling asleep during it. And but my question is, do you think in 2019 there will be a Jeepers Creepers 4? Jeepers 3 keep blah, 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 Jeepers Creepers 3 came out last year and it hinted at a fourth one in the credits. Victor Salva has gone on to state that there will be a fourth one if he can find somebody to, back him. Fans of the film franchise, like Boogeyman Ben, he's a huge fan of it. They're crying out for Jeepers Creepers 4. Here's the funny part about it. I thought Jeepers Creepers 3 was one of the better films in the franchise. They're all terrible, but I thought it was better than the first one, which, people told me that I'm blaspheming because of that. So, but yeah, I think they're terrible. That's just me. But I was just curious, do you guys think it'll happen or not? With all the stuff with Victor Salva and all that, you know. I've never seen his other movie, Clown House, I think it's called. I've never seen it. I hear there's a lot of controversy about it, but I've never seen it. Uh, I heard something about that, but I wasn't sure what the exact story was. That's okay. If I want to watch a movie like that, I can always watch Circus Kane. That was fun. Dave, I tried to get a hold of you the other day, and I know you weren't feeling good, but I wanted to ask you. I can't remember what is the official release date for Groundhog. When did you officially release it? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. When I did my top 10 of 2018, I was like, did Groundhog get released at the beginning of 20 February or was it last year? I'm really sure Dave said it was last year, so I didn't put it on my list. I was like, man, I hope it wasn't because I love that movie. Yeah, dude, I thought they were fun. I hope you didn't mind me saying that. I thought you were going to take a comedic turn um, on the one where Michael comes home, not the Dreamer, the other one. I really thought it was going to be a comedic turn because, like, maybe it's because it was done during daylight. And you watch Michael walk around the house and he looks in and all that. And then he walks in and he goes in the kitchen and he just starts doing stuff. And I really, really thought, like, he looks in on the girl in the bedroom and he walks on, right? I really expected to somebody, like a wife or something, to come out and be like, hey, where have you been? Blah, blah, blah. It's blah, 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 past the blah, 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 you know? I just had this weird feeling that was going to happen. It didn't, but I was like, that should be funny, you know? But honestly, they were both really good. I really enjoyed it. Um, I like the way you use the doll for the little girl victim. And was it supposed to be a little girl or is it supposed to be a woman? I'm not sure, but I like the way you used that doll in there because even though it wasn't a person, you did it really well where you made the doll look like it looked really good. It didn't look like just a. I mean, yes, I knew it was a doll, but you changed the hair on it to make it look different, you know. And I enjoyed that. I thought it was cool. I thought it was really cool. Um, on the Dreamer, I liked that one too, and I like how you shot that one, and it really gave off a really creepy vibe for only being a minute and 30 seconds or 36 seconds, I think. You really got that creepy factor across in it. Have you watched my review for, I think it's Halloween 2, Andrew? About 15 minutes till it's my new year. Before I'm going to go and grab another drink, if you guys don't mind. Um, I was curious if you'd seen that review that I did for, I think it's my Halloween 2 review, where I had footage of, Michael Myers, then he stabs and it hits me, and, we're outside and it's dark. The Michael Myers footage was actually sent to me by Sean, and then I did the rest with my wife. What did you think of that? I mean, I'm not saying I'm any kind of great filmmaker or anything, but what did you think of that little intro? It was all kind of, I mean, I had planned it out, but because of time and my work schedule and everything, and I had to match it so it would match the videos he sent. The video I asked him to actually send me was just Michael walking down the hallway because I was going to film it in my hallway where like he would hand me the DVD to review, you know. But I was just curious what you thought. I'm sorry, you don't have to like tell me or go back and watch it or anything. It's not a big deal. Uh, but yeah, I tried to meld the two footages together where where he's walking at me, and then where he brings up the knife and he stabs. And then I was on the other side of the camera, and I edited it together where I'm talking, he's standing there, I'm talking, he's standing there. And then my wife actually stood behind the camera and brought down a knife. And because it was dark out, and even though it was done, she didn't do it that fast. She did it like this fast. It still looked kind of blurry. I think it's on my Halloween 2 review. I can't remember. It's the intro. I'll have to go back and look. Not the Rob Zombie Halloween 2, that's for sure. Those ones I thought was funny. I enjoyed doing those at first. Well, the Rob Zombie Halloween one I really enjoyed. I enjoyed doing that little thing where I call up Rob Zombie, or where he calls me at the beginning of the film. At the beginning of the video where Rob Zombie calls me and I'm talking to him like we're best friends or whatever, and then we continue it on in the next one. And I personally, I know, I don't know if this is vain or not, but I make myself laugh. I think I'm a funny guy. And when I watch it, I think it's funny. It's just so hilarious to me. But, yeah, I was really proud of those reviews. I really enjoyed them. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm actually still hoping, Dave, that you and I don't know if Davey's even there anymore still. I think Dave's still there. He was a little while ago. I just lost another person, so I'm not sure if that was Dave or not, but I think Dave's still there. Um, I'm hoping, Dave, that we can still do that when you're feeling better and when we have some time. We would have to announce it to our followers or to our subscribers and, let them put in their entries or whatever, but I really want to do that project we were talking about. Andrew, we could do some short film stuff together. We would have to each film our pieces, and then one of us would have to edit it all together. Um, and like put it all together and then we'd put it out. Well, it is possible we could do it. You know, Dave, do you mind if I talk about it? What we were planning on doing? Horror DVD? Are you still there, Tim? You still there, buddy? I think it's just me, you, and Andrew in the chat right now. We had this contest idea back when I was doing my 300 subs, to where what we were going to do is we were going to put out for our subscribers, or my subscribers at the time, because it was my 300 subs or whatever, to submit ideas, and then Dave and I were going to collaborate on a short film, just a couple minute film based on their ideas. We'd write a script, we'd do everything, and we'd make the video. We'd make a short film based on their idea. And that's the project we were talking about. And I really would like to do that still. That would be awesome. I've always wanted to write a script, even if it's a short one. I would just like to do that. That would be really cool. I'm actually a really good writer, but I've only ever written short stories and poems. So, well, actually, I don't know if I'm a really good writer or not. I had 2 of my poems published way back in the day in high school in like Time magazine because they were submitted by my English teacher. And then people that I had around me, including that English teacher, thought I was really good, said I was a really good writer. And my father-in-law tells me I'm a really good writer and things like that. But all I have is people that I know are like me for there to take their word for it. I honestly don't know if I really am or not. I've never had a critic tell me I'm not or anything, so I don't know. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. What's your idea, Andrew? That would be pretty cool, bro. That would be pretty cool. A bit of a challenge, but that would be really dope. The challenge for me is that aside from when I'm doing videos with Bill, or if my wife helps me once in a while, but she's not very comfortable doing a lot of that stuff. I'm basically doing everything solo by myself, trying to, figure things out and do things and be cameraman and in front of the camera and stuff like that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have that same issue. But I'm trying to figure out how to do all those at once. I'm working on it. I think I'm getting a little better. But is there like a device or something? I've heard that there is, but I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, like it gets super windy out here where we live, especially where Bill lives. Because he lives out in the middle of like nowhere when there's no wind breaks, no nothing. It gets super, super windy, and that has actually hindered a couple of our skits that we've done. When we did the Halloween 3 skit, we had this great, funny conversation, and you can hear it, but you have to turn it up. You have to watch it on either TV or somewhere you can get the volume up real good. But the wind just like fucking killed it. And then also on our Friday the 13th part 8, we had some really good stuff, and the volume killed it, or the wind killed it. Is there something you can buy to put around your microphone so it doesn't catch all the wind? Like a shield or something? I really like the acting part of it. I like the directing part of it too, but of course I've never actually directed anything, but it's foam. A microphone wind cover. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'll see if I can find one on eBay or something because I've never heard of it, but I'll check it out. Because man, the wind out here just can completely destroy. Editing is a lot of fun too, but man, it can be very time consuming. I'll film a 45-minute video and then chop it down to about 20, maybe 30 minutes depending. And it just takes a ton of fucking time to edit. And I've been having some issues with my editor lately. It doesn't want to let me put on clips lately. And I'm trying to figure out that problem so I can start putting clips on again and a few other things. But I do really enjoy editing. It is a lot of fun. It's just very time consuming. And I've said this the last few times, I've been a little lazy lately, honestly. Um, really. See, I knew you'd be the person to ask Dave, and you too, Andrew, because you said you went to film school. But dude, that would be cool if we did like even if we didn't do short films, but like we assigned people to be like we had 2 or 3 people in our community that were the judges, and we'd all submit videos, and they would pick winner. That would be kind of cool. That would be fun. Not like to be competitive with anybody, but just for fun, just to have a blast. And it would get our videos out, I think, to bigger audiences, maybe. That would be really cool. Of course, Andrew, you've got like 4,000 subs, bro. I mean, but that's freaking awesome. I can't believe how many subs you have, dude. You're a big dog, man. You ain't exactly a small YouTuber, you know what I mean? But you sure, you don't have an attitude of a big YouTuber, that's for sure. Very humble, bro. Who's Don? Sorry. Don't let the subs fool you. Um, I've noticed that too. Not with you, especially, but like there are some people I've watched that are really big, like big headed, and they've got 5, 6 thousand subs. But yet my videos get more views than theirs do. And I always thought that was kind of weird. But then you got some guys like Cody Leach and Lee McCoy, and their stuff. They just have thousands of subscribers and thousands of views. Leo put out a video and it'll have 1,000 views within 2 hours. I mean, it's just crazy. Not that it's not well deserved. The guy is extremely talented. I really enjoy his videos. Dave is gone, and he is extremely talented too. And Dave, I know you're still there, so I'm not just blowing smoke up your butt or nothing, but you have jumped, man, so fast. You were behind me, bro. You were like less subscribers than I was, and you passed me like I was standing still, which I basically was. And now you're still doing your 500 sub contest. You're already over 600. You're almost 7. Bro, you're going to be at 1,000 in no time. You'll probably be at 1,000 by the end of January. I mean, I hope that I get like you, or I'm like that if I ever get that many subs. I want that many subs. I'll be honest. I do. I want it. I'm very ambitious, and I never thought that I would even have one person sub to me, let alone, what is it now that I have 373, something like that. So it's extremely humbling, and I'm very, very grateful. But I never, anytime I do anything, I want to be good at it, and I want to be the best at it. And I'm very ambitious that way. So yeah, now that I started doing it and I got used to and started getting so I get into it, and I really do. I want to get 1,000 subs one of these days. I want to have 10,000 subs one of these days. But I'm still gonna always be grateful, and I hope that I'm always um I hope that I'm like you, and I never, if I get that many subs or anything, or even more, say I did get a drum dums type of thing, uh, I I hope that I never lose that small YouTuber mentality, that humbleness, Is that a word, humbleness? That humility. Sorry. Yeah, dude, I noticed that you've been doing a lot more live streams lately. You did the Queenie ones, you've done a lot of others. I actually got invited, and I'm going to be on Adam Daly's live stream on the 13th, which is pretty awesome. I can't wait to do that. I've wanted to do something with Adam since I first started this. Adam was one of my big inspirations. He had like, I don't remember how many he had, but Adam Daly, he was on the live stream a couple days ago that I did. He was in the chat. Um, he had like 7,000 subs. And then for reasons that are his own that I'm not going to get into, that's his business, he decided to stop his channel. And then he came back, and now he's got like 100 and something subs. But he put out a tweet today that his goal is to be at over 1,000 subs by the end of 2019 and have videos with over 10,000 views on them. And I know he can because he's done it before, I know he can do it. But I am so grateful that he asked me to be on a live stream with him. That's just so cool. You know, I've always wanted to do one with him. I wanted to do one with Cody Leach. And I wanted to do something with Lee McCoy, because those are the three guys that's got me into YouTube, and they all three helped me in the ways when I started. And then, of course, Dave and Jason and everybody, and now Andrew and all you guys. You guys are all great, and I love you all. It is officially midnight, everybody. Happy New Year 2018 to all of us Mountain States. The ball is dropping as we speak. The first time we did this for the East Coast, I had 12 or 14 people in the chat. Now I've only got 3, but that's okay. Thank you all very much. It's been a great 2018 with you guys. I know I'm not getting off. It's my new year, so thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate everything you guys have done for me. I don't know if anybody's even watching aside from Dave and Andrew, but for everybody that's tuned in, everybody that subscribes to my channel, thank you very much for everything. You guys have been amazing. I hope you have a great 2019, and I'll still be here for at least one more hour to go on to the West Coast. Happy New Year, everybody. I guess my wife forgot to come in and give me a kiss. But that's okay. This may be my favorite New Year of the last 4 or 5 years. Last time I went to a party was like 4 or 5 years ago, so this may be my favorite one. Thank you guys very much for making it great. Switch back to my chat here. You'll excuse me for 1 second, gentlemen. I'm going to grab another drink. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I also ran out there real quick and gave my wife a big old sloppy kiss. 2018, goodbye. Welcome 2019. It is officially 2019 in New Mexico. In the words of Captain Jack Sparrow, why is the rum always gone? I also took a peek outside, and Superstorm has hit. The wind is killing it out there. There's tons more snow coming down. My back porch is covered again. And all the snow that was already on the ground has been covered with new snow in just the last hour or so that a couple hours I've been doing this. And yeah, it is coming down, guys. So once again, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Now I know I'm doing this live stream right now, and like I said, lately I've been a little lazy. Um, but you've seen a lot of my videos. What do you think of their quality? I mean, I try to do pretty good stuff with what I've got. And I think I do pretty well for only my camera being my main camera being my cell phone, my editing tool being a mobile editing tool. And aside from that, my other equipment I have is a microphone and a tripod and my laptop. I think I do pretty good for just those things. I can upload in 1080p. Lately, I've been uploading in 720 just because of the storage space it takes on my memory cards. And honestly, I can't really tell that big of a difference between the two. Dave, your videos are awesome the way they are, but when you do like extra stuff or skits or stuff, it's really good, man. You have such a good talent for it.
Good night, honey.
Good night, babe.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too. Boy, aren't we boring. We've gotten old and we've gotten boring, guys. What can I say? You know, it used to be not too long back before I had children and before I was married that, oh, I'm spilling here. You know, New Year's, we had a party every year. And see, when I started this, my goal was to make my videos look like Lee McCoy's and Cody Leach's and all that. Not copy them or their style, but to have that really professional look to them. I really like how Cody uses CG screen or blue green screen. I want to try that too eventually. Sorry, I didn't want to make you guys sit through my chewing. I know that a lot of the people that were on the stream at the beginning were from the East Coast. I'm actually a little surprised how many people have had to get off already, though. I went from having quite a few there. I don't remember what it was. I think 14, maybe, was the most I had. That's been good. It's been fun. Both of these last two streams have been very fun. And Andrew, I gotta say, bro, it's been a very big pleasure getting to know you more. And you really opened up in that last live stream, and I really appreciate that. That's very cool. I definitely know what you mean, Andrew, and I know of one YouTuber in particular who he's really talented at it. He's good at what he's doing, but To me, it's all style and no substance. But that's just my opinion, you know. Like, I like to watch videos where I'm informed on things. Like when I watch a review of somebody, I like to learn something, or I like to, hear other people's opinions. And sometimes I think some people just do all flash, but that's just my opinion, and it doesn't really mean anything to anybody but me. Then again, too, I've noticed that if all you do is 2 and 3 minute videos all the time, you'll get more viewers because a lot of people don't like sitting through longer videos. I do. I like sitting through longer videos, but yeah. That really sucks, dude. I've been trying to shorten some of my videos, not really my videos. I've been trying to shorten the ones Bill and I do together. And the reason why is a lot of our videos were approaching like 30, 45 minutes. And I noticed that my views on those have gone down quite a bit. And I think part of it is because people just don't have time to sit through, a 45-minute video all the time. But, like I noticed with our Serbian film video, I cut that down to 17 minutes? I can't remember. And we got 115 views. I got 100 views on it the first day, which was just absolutely amazing to me. I couldn't believe that. That was so cool. The one that really blew me away, I couldn't believe it. I didn't even really pay attention. Within one day, I had over 100 views on my Wrong Turn 3 review. And within a week, I had 200. And then now I'm sitting at 400 views, I think, on that, or almost 400 views. But like most of them, it all went up in that first week. And I was just like shocked. I couldn't believe that. Wrong Turns 2, it was Wrong Turn 2. Did I say 3? I meant 2. I couldn't believe that those two, and Wrong Turn 3 as well, got a lot as well, but I just was shocked that those got so many. I still want to keep I want to give my viewers what they want, but I also want to keep the reviews and the videos happy for me, or how do I put it? If I don't want to watch it, if I wouldn't want to watch my video, I'm not going to make that video. I make my videos for me. I mean, I make them for my viewers, but I make them for me. Your Terrifier review has almost 800. That's awesome, dude. My Terrifier review has 105, 110. I'm not sure. I've got a few on it too, more than I thought I would get. But that's awesome. I can't believe it. My two biggest videos actually are 2 ICP related videos I did, which I probably shouldn't be shocked about, but it is. One is the my highest rated video, or my highest viewed video still. Maybe not. Part of it could be too because you put it out when you did, and Terrifier is really big, so that helps. I mean, I knew that the Serbian film would do well because it's a controversial film, and people watch videos based on it, so I knew that one was going to do well. But like Lisa Loves has one video. Like, okay, Lisa, I can't speak to all her things, but her videos are a lot like mine. She gets about the same amount of viewers I do for the most part. But she has one video, the Bohemian Rhapsody review that she did, or Bohemian Rhapsody reaction to the trailer, has like 3,000 views, and it's her only one that's got more than 1,000 views. It's like, holy shit. Part of it is just, what you're reviewing sometimes, maybe. I don't know. And when you put it out, I don't know. my Bone Hill Road review is my most popular Wild Eye review. It's got like 110 reviews or views on it so far. And it's my most popular Wild Eye one, and I think part of that was because the creators of the film saw the review, liked the review, and they shared it, which is really cool. I really appreciate that. That's one thing else too I love about this YouTube thing so far, is I've actually gotten in touch and I've had creators of the movies watch my reviews. It's really awesome. My Groundhog review has over 100 something views. Um, let's see. But my first biggest one has over 500 views. That's my biggest one, and it's a ICP concert review I did, and I kind of bash the band that they were touring with, Attila. I am not an Attila fan, that's for sure. So I kind of bash Attila in the video a little bit. I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but it did probably come off that way. So I've had quite a few Attila fans come at me about that. Um, but yeah, I don't like that kind of music, metalcore. That's just not me. It's like, I don't know, that's just not my kind of metal. That ain't metal to me. But whatever, to each their own, you know. Um, my second highest viewed one has almost 500, and that's a ranking of my, that's a ranking of the Joker cards, the ICP Joker cards. Dude, that has almost 40,000 views. Holy shit, bro. I can't even imagine that many views on my stuff. I wish. That would be beautiful, but that's awesome. Breaking too many screens, huh, Dave? You and me both, we got that problem. I'm sure I've broken quite a few of my viewers' screens with my ugliness. But, you know, the fact that I have a video on YouTube that's got over 500 views, to me is just so gigantic. Like I said, I didn't think my own brother won't watch my videos. Do you know that? My brother will not even subscribe to my channel and support me. My mother even subscribes to my channel. My mom showed up in the last live stream in the chat, and I haven't talked to her since she did that. I've been meaning to ask her how long she stood on and watched. But my brother won't even watch my reviews. I told him about the channel. He's like, I'm not into that kind of stuff, and he just totally blew it off. Totally disregarded me. I don't like the fucking Pittsburgh Steelers. My brother's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. But if he started some like Pittsburgh Steeler fucking channel and he asked me to go watch it, I would fucking sub his fucking, channel and shit just to support him. But that's just me, you know? Hi, babe. I thought you said you were going to bed. Yeah, I had one guy on that tell me how I was a 40-year-old juggalo coming from my mom's basement. For some reason, he thought this man cave was a basement. And it was just so funny. I was like, no, married, children, living on my own. I haven't lived with my parents since I was 17, you know. But it was just so funny, man. It's funny when you talk about stuff people love. I know what Joe looks like. That's because I have him on Messenger. We talked about that actually, about why he doesn't show himself. Um, I'm not going to say why. He told me why, and I don't know if he wants it out there why he doesn't, so I'm not going to say. But it's pretty cool actually. You want to see what Todd looks like? Which Todd? Who are we talking about? Are you talking about Todd? Oh, Todd Walnuts. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of the other Todd. Todd's Analog Horror. I watched a few of his vids and I subbed to him for a while, but I had to cut back on a lot of the channels that I was watching because I just couldn't watch them all. I was trying to give everybody support and support everybody and watch everybody's channel. And I just didn't have time. And if I wasn't watching their channels and their big channels, I'm like, well, they probably won't miss me. I'll check their channels out once in a while, and if they have a good video or interesting video, I'll check it out. But like, if they have 5,000-6,000 people already, they're not gonna miss me. So it's like whatever. But I just couldn't keep up with everybody. Now there's some channels that I still subscribe to that have like 100 people on it, and I don't even watch their videos anymore. But I stay subbed just because I want to keep. Um, I just want to give support. Michael Myers, what's going on, brother? Happy New Year's, my friend. We've been on since right before the East Coast rang in the New Year's. I started about 15 minutes before that, and I'm going to stay on till the West Coast does, and that way we get them all. So, I really don't know a lot about him. Like I said, I watched some of his videos, but I don't really sub. I don't think maybe I do. Actually, I may still sub to him. I'm not sure. But there's so many people that I just don't get a chance to watch their videos anymore. There is a core group of people, and both of you guys are in there. Michael Myers, you're on there as well. Whenever you guys upload videos, I try to get them watched as soon as I can. Um, Drum Dums, Lee McCoy. He and I talk on Twitter sometimes. We're not like best friends or anything, but we're buddies, I guess you could say. Like Twitter, or we're YouTube buddies. That's about it. But this guy has what 20,000 followers, and his views get 17, 18,000 views per video, and he gets 700-800 comments on a video, and every single comment I ever put, he responds to me, and that's the kind of person I want to be if I ever get that big. I want to be like that. I want to be humble, and try and do that as much as I can with everybody. Now I get it. If you got 1,000 freaking comments, you might not be able to get to every single one. But like even now with my videos, I try to give everybody a response. I try to give everybody a heart. Also, if I got to like 500 or 600 comments, I don't know if I'd be able to give everybody one, but I try. You know, so um, yeah, it's been great. But yeah, there's the people that I'm really close to on here. I try to get all their videos in as soon as I see them or as soon as I can get to them. I mean, a lot of times I'm working or whatever, but Um, but yeah, Dave, Andrew, Jason, all the horror hangouts guys, you know, uh, all that stuff. I really try. So yeah, I think what's been bugging me lately though is that YouTube isn't showing me all the comments. I don't get notifications on them all. So I've been going on my laptop and going back through the comments section in my laptop just to go see. And every once in a while I'll see some that I missed. Hey Andrew, thank you, brother. I really appreciate you sticking around with me, man. I will probably be doing this live stream for about another 40 minutes or so, depending on unless a lot of people get on or something. But probably about 40 minutes, so I can ring in the new year for the West Coast, and then I think that'll about wrap it up. Thank you, brother, very much for joining me. As always, it's been a blast. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Don't forget to tune in to Adam Daly's channel on the 13th. I'll be there. And yeah, no, I have I have the notifications turned on for people that I want to get their videos. But anytime somebody puts a comment on your channel, it's supposed to notify you. Anytime you get a comment, it's supposed to notify you. And a lot of times I'll get the notification and then I can't find the comment. So I have to go onto a different device to look for the comments. And sometimes it's just been YouTube's just been having some glitches lately. Yeah, I go to my creator studio now a few times a day, usually when I get home. So that way I make sure I get everything. But sometimes, like, there was once where, and they've been flagging a lot of people's comments as spam lately that aren't spam. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't get it for like 2 days. I didn't notice it. So I'll just go back and, like, hey, sorry, I just saw this comment, you know? So what you been up to, Michael? Been busy? Really enjoyed having you on the last horror hangouts. That was a lot of fun, bro. I think this month it's the last shoegazer's turn. I think he's up for this month, if I remember correctly. I think that's what Sean said earlier today. Yeah, you got on a bit late. We actually, when I first started the streaming for the first hour or so, I had anywhere between 10 and 13 or 14 people on. But it's kind of winding down now as people are going to bed. So, so Dave, how's your script coming along? I think you said you were on the script phase, right? For your sequel? Yeah, babe, we have had some issues. I don't think it's our phones. I think it's just with all the issues they've had with CenturyLink and stuff lately. Slowly, huh? Really? Hmm. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Are you thinking about doing a new killer or, you know, maybe a female? Or you could always go the sleepaway camp route. I know you probably don't want to give too much away. Hey Adam, how's it going, brother? Not as many people as we had earlier. Everybody's pretty much going to bed. I'm gonna stick around for another 35, maybe 45 minutes to ring in the West Coast. Um, that's because my lips weren't moving. I wasn't talking. Hit the little live button on your phone where it shows the picture. It'll say live. Hit that. It'll speed it up and catch up. Right. It is 12:31 here on the 1st of January, 2019. It is officially the new year for me. Adam, I watched your list today. When you put that up, I went last night. I really thought it was going to be a live stream because there was a little icon that said live chat. I didn't realize that the premiere did that when you set up for that. So yeah, I thought it was going to be a live stream you were doing. That's why I was saying I was sorry I wasn't going to make it. – 6:35 there, huh? Once again, congratulations on your kid's birthday. Dude, this 2018 best of horror movies list was very tough for me because I haven't watched a lot of 2018 horror films. And there was a bunch of stuff that a lot of people like that weren't on my list because I haven't seen them, like Hellfest and A Quiet Place and all those films. I still haven't watched them yet. The Meg I haven't even watched yet. And so there was quite a few films on my list that were, Wild Eye films and lower budget and stuff like that. And that's fine, but I feel like if I would have seen more, my list would have been a bit different. So I was actually like struggling to finish out my list, like to get enough movies to put on it. And then I was like, how do I want to rank these? So not all in one night, dear. No, I've had two. I've had one. I had one drink and not even a half a drink yet. The bottle was only to right there. This when I started drinking. I've gone through 3 nights with this bottle. Yeah, I saw that. I just wanted to stick to horror. I may do another list later of other stuff. That'll be a bit easier because I'll have more on it. But I just wanted to stick to horror on this one. I did the same thing when we did that top 10 worst and all that. I stuck to horror. You didn't like Summer of '84, Dave? People keep raving about that movie. I haven't seen it. And Day of the Dead Bloodlines I've heard nothing good about. But I do want to watch it because technically it is the last one that I think Romero had some work with. I don't know if he did or not, or they just said he did, or they just put his name on it. I don't know if he actually did any actual work on that one. Or no, wait, I'm sorry. That was Diary of the Dead. Day of the Dead Bloodlines is a completely different one. It's the remake of Day of the Dead, isn't it? Or something like that. Mm. I know this is going to be a sacrilegious thing for a lot of people. I just watched Day of the Dead again recently. I haven't watched it in years. And I watched it again recently, and I didn't like it as much as I remember liking it before. I know a lot of people are going to say that's probably sacrilegious, but it just wasn't as good to me this time around. Hmm. I still really want to see it. Just like I want to see that one with Kane Hodder. What is it called? Oh, the one with all the big horror alumni in it. Everybody's saying it's bad. Monty said it was bad. Jen said it's bad. What's it called? Yeah, Dawn of the Dead is definitely better. Death House. Yes, thank you. And I like the Dawn of the Dead remake as well. Babe, I don't think it'll bother you. I think once you watch it, it wouldn't bother you. I know what you mean, but I don't think it would bother you. Because it's not that kind of thing. It's different. It's think of it as like a monster movie. Like there's something making people do stuff. It's a monster. But anyways, you don't have to watch anything you don't want to. You know that. Um, yeah, Zack Snyder did a really good job on that remake. You know which one I loved a lot? One of my favorite remakes is the Night of the Living Dead, the '80s one that they did with Tom Savini and Tony Todd. I really like that movie. I actually prefer it to the original. I just bought the original on VHS, the original 1960s uh, Night of the Living Dead. I just bought that. Found it on VHS. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought the way they did they added color and just I liked it more than I liked the original. I thought Tony Todd was amazing in it. I'm a big Tony Todd fan though. I really like him. Yeah, the first Day of the Dead remake I didn't think was that good. What was the second one? What was the second Day of the Dead remake? I don't remember that one. Oh yeah, Day of the Dead Contagion. Was that a remake? I thought it was just a sequel. I don't think I ever saw that movie. Ving Rhames was in the Dawn of the Dead remake. Wait, was it Ving Rhames or was it Michael Clark Duncan? I think it was Ving Rhames. Hmm. I don't think I saw that one either. The Day of the Dead from '08. I don't think I saw that one. So, what are the actual um the Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead movies? There's Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and Diary of the Dead. Is that the original ones? Is that all the ones that are in there? I feel like I'm forgetting one or two. Night, Day, Dawn, Land, Diary, Survival. Oh, is that the one that came out after Romero died? The one where they're no, Diary is the one where they got like the found footage, right? I don't remember Survival. Land of the Dead is kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Not really a guilty pleasure, but okay, I haven't seen Survival then. But Day of the Dead, I like. I like John Leguizamo in it. I really enjoy that. One thing about Romero's zombies is anybody notice that they learn and they almost gain back some of their intelligence and their, um, their humanity. I love that in Shaun of the Dead when Nick Frost's character, he's out there in the shed all zombied up, but he's all playing video games and they're friends still. I think that's awesome. The Plane of the Dead was not related, if I remember correctly. It was just some zombie movie people made. There's a bunch of those though that weren't Romero films, but they use that kind of similar title to kind of trade on it, so to speak. Yeah, 18 minutes to the East Coast, or to the West Coast. I'm sorry, the West Coast. Um, Flight of the Living Dead. That's what it is. Yeah, completely unrelated. And then Return of the Living Dead is completely unrelated. I've noticed with Return of the Living Dead, people either love it or hate it, and the remake as well, or the sequel. People either love it or hate it. When I was younger, I thought Return of the Living Dead was a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. And it's because of the Living Dead part, you know what I mean? Because Dawn of the Dead and all those, they cut out that Living Dead part. They just put Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Dead, or Day of the Dead, you know what I mean? So I always thought that when I was younger, I thought that Return of the Living Dead was a sequel to Night of the Living Dead, and that Dawn of the Dead and them were a different movie sequel. So, yeah, I know about it now, but I didn't then. So, I also did not know that Day of the Dead, or not Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead is an Argento film as well. Until you and I were talking about it when we were doing that Thanksgiving challenge, you know. Um, I didn't realize that either. I didn't know that. I thought that was pretty cool. That technically it's an Italian horror film. My God, dude, all that time I was looking for a French horror film to do, and I had one in my thing, and I didn't realize that Clickbait's a French horror film. Of course, then I got sent a bunch of French horror films, so that was cool. That was a really good challenge. Speaking of Brother Peanut Butter, I haven't really heard anything out of him the last few weeks. Hope he's okay. Has anybody noticed anything on his channel? I don't, unless I'm just missed it. Oh, he moved. Um, I will say this. I think my favorite challenge so far has been, I did the 30 days in October. I did the Brother Peanut Butter Thanksgiving, but my favorite one was the Christmas one. Jason put together a great Christmas horror challenge. That was awesome. Had a lot of fun with those movies. A lot of fun. Probably the most fun I've had on here doing a challenge. I need to do a tag video. I haven't done a tag video in a while. And I think I want to make one. The last one we did was the Stan Lee tag, and that only got like 6 responses, of which you did one, Dave. Thank you very much. Yeah, bro, that sucked. But I'll tell you, man, you came back with that, your lightning round video, and that was really cool, bro. That showed your moxie, man. You did an awesome job with that. That was cool. But that challenge really opened my eyes to how many good Christmas horror films there are out there. I didn't realize there were any. Like, really, I heard of one or two, but I never watched them. And so, yeah, it was awesome. And Christmas Evil, I'm so glad I found that movie. That's going to become an annual Christmas watch, I guarantee it. I just got to get a good copy. I'm trying to get that Blu-ray, and on eBay it's really expensive, but I was told if I go over to Vinegar Syndrome website, they still have it there for about 20. So even though people on eBay are saying that it's already out of print. So that's cool. Who else is still in this chat besides Dave? I know I've got 3 other people watching. 3 or 4 other people, 3 other people besides Dave watching. Who else is still in the chat? Well, like, you notice Disney does that too, where, oh, there's Adam. I was wondering who else was still there. Disney does that where they release something on a Blu-ray or something, and then they'll say that it's going into their vault, and it'll be there for 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever years, and then a new format will come out or something. They'll re-release it. I always thought that was weird, but it's a way to make money, I guess. So. Yeah, Christmas Evil. I loved that movie, dude. I thought it was such an amazing film. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I can always borrow it from Bill. He has the copy that I watched. It's not a very good transfer, but at least it's got one. I know Jason's sending me another box soon. I got one to send him. Hey, babe, you're still there? That's cool. I got a few packages I need to send out that I haven't had a chance to. Dave, aside from your contest winnings, I don't think I've ever sent you anything. Aside from you winning my contest. You got anything you're looking for? Adam, you too. You got anything you're interested in? It may take me a while to get it to you because it's a long way off or, good amount of shipping, but I'm definitely open to it. I'll definitely try and get it to you if I can. If you need anything. Like I told Andrew, he said that you guys are getting an Australian variant cover for Halloween. And when y'all send me that, I'll send you the money for it, including the shipping. That would be awesome. I would love to get my hands on a variant cover. Hmm. 10 more minutes for the West Coast. Whoops. Let's keep my camera. 10 minutes for the West Coast. 10 minutes till the ball drops. And then after that, I think I'm going to call it a night. I may actually watch a movie before I go to bed. Yep. I have not seen Mandy yet. Actually, I'm not sure if that's his copy or he just borrowed it. I know Bill had it at his house. I'm not sure if it's his or he just borrowed it. Yeah, I want to see that. I hear he's doing another one too. Nick Cage is doing another horror film next year. Yeah, he said it's going to have a half Michael, half Laurie on the cover. I think that's awesome. Sometimes I can get that Australian stuff on eBay for not a bad price. Like, I know this sounds weird, but I'm into, ICP and Juggalo music. And Twisted especially, they do a lot of stuff where they release Australian variants because they have a store down there. They have the Australian store down there for each record label. And they'll do variants. And the underground music's pretty big down there too. In fact, ICP went down to Australia 2 years ago, I think. And Twisted was there, I think, 3 years ago. And then Boondocks went down there last year. I don't even know if you know who I'm talking about, but sometimes I can get that stuff on eBay at a pretty good price. I still want to get the 35-year anniversary digibook of Halloween. The original Halloween. Obviously. The new one hasn't been out for 35 years. Well, just on another topic, let me ask you guys a random topic here. What's your favorite piece of horror memorabilia that you own? I would definitely say mine is either my original Michael Myers mask or my Halloween 2018 Michael Myers mask. I've got a Freddy Krueger glove, I've got a Jason mask, I got a Scream mask, got a bunch of stuff, but I really do enjoy. I love that one. I love my Michael Myers. I think my 2018 mask is now maybe my favorite. No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes till we ring in the new year for the West Coast. My boss was saying she was going to stop by. I think she may have under a name that I didn't recognize. But I'm not sure if she did or not. Which movie, Dave? And what about aside from a movie, like, even an action figure or anything? Anything you got? Aren't you doing your drawing tomorrow, or is it Jason's doing theirs tomorrow? I can't remember. One of you guys, or today, I guess I should say. Since it's now the 1st. You're doing the drawing the 4th? Okay. I couldn't remember. I remember watching your videos earlier, but I couldn't remember. Yep, those are awesome VHSs, babe. I really appreciate that. My wife found some mint condition awesome VHSs. I showed them in a video a while back. I don't remember which one it was on. I think it was the Minotaur video. No, I don't remember. But she found me some really cool VHSs from a collector. And then I found a bunch of other ones when I went to the last time at Bethel, of the old classic monster films. Hey, bro, I appreciate that. I'll check it out when I get off of here. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, if I don't have you on Messenger, you can always get me on my Twitter DM. If you have Messenger, it's just under Brad Bonger. That's my last name. So, you can find me there. I took Chris off the Horror Hangouts thing, by the way. Sean and you both said you didn't mind, and you two and myself are the only remaining original members, so I just took him off. Like you said, he probably doesn't care anyways anymore. Less than 3 minutes till it is New Year's over on the West Coast, and then I will probably sign off after that, guys. It's been a blast. It's been a very fun live stream. Really appreciate you guys sticking around. Dave, you've been here pretty much the entire time. I really appreciate that, brother. So, yes, I definitely agree, babe. I need to bring in my VHS player. It's out in the garage. In fact, I'll try to remember to do that tomorrow. Remind me. Well, depending on how snowy it is outside, I'll go out and get it tomorrow. I really don't want to slip coming up the stairs with that thing. I slipped and fell this morning going down the stairs to get to my truck. And I threw my arms out like this to catch myself on the railings. And the railings connected under both my arms and with such force that it really freaking hurt. Not just in my back, on my arms, but it jarred my back, all that. That really sucked. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, bro, we're getting what they're calling a superstorm right now. We actually had a good storm the other day where we got about a foot of snow where I live and about 2 feet of snow in the town where I work. Shut up, Adam. You guys are in the middle of summer. Do you even get snow down there in the winter? I mean, it's probably pretty rare, huh? You guys are but you are pretty close to the South Pole too, but you're still in that tropical zone, aren't you? Or somewhat tropical? But we already had a lot of it melted, so that's pretty good, but we still had quite a bit of snow on the ground, and now we're supposed to get another 10 or 12, anywhere between 10 and 12 inches more than that, so we're getting pretty hammered. We need it, though. We really need the snow here. especially people like me that are on their private wells. That snow really helps us. We need all the moisture we can get, and the snow is the best moisture because, oh shit. Gentlemen, it is officially midnight and the West Coast. Congratulations to the West Coast. Happy New Year. It's been a blast doing this, guys. Once again, so grateful for everything that has come my way on this Twitter experience. Happy New Year, West Coast. I don't even know if there's anybody from the West Coast in the chat. I don't think there is right now, but cheers. Much love to you guys out there. Unless you're in California. I don't like California. Just kidding. Well, that should be it for everybody in America, at least, except, well, I'm not sure about Hawaii. I don't know when their time changes. But for all of us here in the mountain states, to everybody else in the country and around the world, Happy New Year. Let's hope 2019 is a good one. And God bless you all. Well, guys, it has been a blast tonight. I really appreciate you guys all for tuning in. It's been amazing. Dave, I'm really happy you made it, bro. I'm glad to see you're doing a little bit better. I know you've been not feeling too good, and I've really missed talking to you over the last month or so. So, thank you guys very much. Adam, Dave, for stopping in. Babe, thank you very much for coming by and seeing how I'm doing. Even though you could have just watched from the other room, but thank you for tuning in because it gives me another viewer. So, anyways, I think I'm going to sign off now, guys. Thank you very much to everybody that came in, and really appreciate it. Everybody that stopped by. Had a lot of people on earlier. Really appreciate it. So, good night, guys. You have a good one, and a Happy New Year. From all of us at Bronco Juggalo. I should just shut the fuck up now because I've said it like 10 times. Happy New Year. Time to switch to the vodka. Good night.